Let me have a look. The Real Christmas Tree, and this is from. This is a Dutch chap, lady, male, I don't know. And Onderwerp, is that Antwerp? And hello. And the email says, the real Christmas tree, as we both know, Christmas as we know it refers to a ritual, the birth of Nimrod. However, we are all Christ. When we reach higher consciousness, we become enlightened, like the Christmas tree. Yeah, that's absolutely true. The Christmas tree is is your brain. It lights. You've heard the idiom. Oh, my brain lit up like a Christmas tree. And this is why the prophet Jeremiah, he said, they cut down a tree and then they decorate it, and then they bow down and worship the tree. But the tree does not walk. It does not talk. So Jeremiah was ridiculing the lunatics. So the Babylonians. There's a story of when God took Abraham up to the top of the mountain, and he was going to sacrifice his son. And just as Abraham was going to sacrifice his son, God stopped him and said, I will provide the sacrifice. So Abraham didn't have to kill his son. It was just a test to see how far Abraham would go. And Abraham is indicative of the intellect, and his steadfastness and wanting to follow the higher calling. So it was a tough test, but he had the knife, and he's going to plunge it in. It's just a story, people. But God stopped him and said, I will provide the sacrifice. And there was a ram trapped in the thicket. Now, a ram it's part of the zodiac. What animal is the ram? Oh, I always forget these. Which one is the ram? So it indicates a time span in human history for the procession, because then there was the ram, and then there was the Taurus, the bull, and then you've got the fish for Pisces, and now we've got the water bearer, which is Aquarius. You see. And anyway, the ram was caught up in. Then the ram is symbolic of the sacred secretion. That's the sacrifice. God provides the sacrifice, the sacred secretion. Yeah. Now, God being your brain, and the thicket. The ram was caught up in the thicket. Bramble bushes. And right, what happens is that before you have the enlightenment experience, that your brain is like a fucking bramble bush. It's got loads of thorns in there. It's just a fucking mess, a tangled mess, a confused mess. Okay, and then you rescue the ram, or the sacred secretion, from that tangled mess. And that gets sacrificed. It goes down, then it comes back up, it ascends back into heaven, and it gets sacrificed on the vagus nerve. It gets crucified, which means to be multiplied by 1,000. And then your brain is no longer a thicket of bramble bushes. It is now an enlightened, functioning brain. Okay, and you've got control of it with higher, so you're being assisted. So so the Christmas tree within. So again, it's all within. All of the traditions and all that garbage, it's all within. You have to look inwards. So I hope that helps people. So as those of you that have got Christmas trees at home, you'll be looking at it thinking, I've been fooled. Yeah, because Satan fooled the world. Satan is low consciousness. It's fooled everybody. Nobody is an exception to that rule. Nobody. Okay, so now that you recognize you've been fooled and you're receiving some wisdom, then you can start responding and doing the correct thing, and then everything else will be taken care of for you. Life will happen for you, not to you. Okay? And that's the greatest thing about this. And all your old desires and stuff, all that shit goes right out the window. That's all the programming, like success, cars, riches, houses. That's what happens when you success. Shit. Sucking shit. You might see somebody with a Ferrari or a nice house and all the rest of it, and you can ask them, how much shit did you have to suck to get all that? Yeah. And none of it makes them happy, it just owns them. Okay, whereas your own internal drugs factory, your God, will make you happy, irregardless of your external circumstances. Live within, then go out. Anyway, that's enough from me. Catch you later, folks.